Hello and welcome back. We're privileged to have Andy again for a fan test day. This is number 2 of 2 of the Island Fans videos. This one seems to be in a little better shape than the other one. Full disclosure that the switch cap on this one came from the other one. It didn't have a switch cap. I'm mentioning that just so that if I try to go back and find it later using the videos, it'd be like, well, why didn't I have a switch cap? So we talked at length about these in the previous video. I don't know that there's any reason to talk at length about it now. Anything you want to say before we get started?
No.
You ever see these as a kid?
I probably did. I don't remember them very well. But they're certainly weird looking fans.
Yeah, I never saw any in Madison. I saw the closest ones I saw. I believe there was a McDonald's in Beaver Dam that had some, and right near 151. And then there was definitely some further along 151 if you went up towards Green Bay, because that's where we always stopped on our way to Sturgeon Bay.
Yep.
I don't know if it was specifically in Green Bay or where, but I'm guessing it was the same franchise owner for both McDonald's, and this is what he bought.
Probably. I used to go that way when I was going to UW Green Bay, but
Fans might have been gone by then.
Yeah. Sucks no McDonald's have cool fans anymore.
Yeah.
Or cool anything, really.
Yeah, or edible food.
Yeah.
So, you want to go ahead and hit the...
Die switch?
Yeah.
There we go. Hello. Pulling 0.37.
That's exactly what the other one did. I had said in the other video that I thought that these were... Like, if you're going to have a 2-speed fan, these have a good range of speeds. Like, this is... If you're only going to have one speed that's not high, this is where your low should be. It's not so fast as to be unusable when you just want circulation, but it's not so slow as to be useless.
Okay, 19.7 watts. And our power factor is 0.44.
Yeah, and that is a capacitor-derived speed. It's a single-speed motor, so that's why the power factor is low. Anytime you use capacitors, power factor is going to be less than 1. You want to get the RPM?
Okay. I gotta point it the other way since these waves are facing
Yep.
the other way.
Yeah, it takes some learning curve.
.315.3, 313.1. Okay, that's not
I mean, those two
right.
seem...
310.6.
Yeah, so we're right around 75, 80, which seems about right.
Okay. For high.
Go right ahead.
Good air motor.
Absolutely. This one seems a little faster than the other one, too, even though the current draw is less.
Okay, we're pulling 0.76 amps. And 91.1 watts. Power factor is 0.99.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think it's going to be above, below, or right at 200?
I'm going to say at.
I'll say below just because the other one was below, but this one does seem faster than the other one.
Okay. .1. 739.0. And 748.0.
Okay, so it is under 200. Let's see how far under. Yeah, it's in the 180s, so... And again, these have a very steep blade pitch, and I would put them against any fan that goes faster than 200. Again, when we had just one fan in our bedroom instead of two, I believe the Island Fans was the best air mover out of everything we had.
Okay, ready for spin down?
Sure.
Probably be a relatively fast spin down.
With the steep blade pitch.
Yes.
For those who've been following my saga of smart devices in the garage issues, I finally replaced my smart power strip that turned out to be the cause of all the other issues. However, I don't even know what I did with it. However, what's up here? I have not programmed the app for the new power strip yet. So, like, when I use the commands like garage off, it won't know to include the new thing. It'll still look for the old thing. Yeah. So. This one wants to go back.
Alright, and we're stopped.
Okay, time for reverse.
This thing here?
Yeah. Try once, I'm not sure. It might be twice, I'm not positive. One more then.
There's low reverse. Reverse turning counterclockwise looks weird.
Yeah. I mean, not unlike a reverse air, though.
True. Okay, 0.37 amps. 19.1 watts. Power factor is 0.43. Something's crooked.
Well, that's just because I didn't have the right down rod, so it's the torque of the motor flexing against the incorrect down rod. It should be fine.
Okay.
I wouldn't run it like that for any length of time, but good enough for the video.
Okay, we're at 0.78 amps. 93.5 watts.
And again, if I was going to install this somewhere, I could make a down rod for it. I would just need to use the Dremel.
And power factor is, it was fluctuating between 1 and 0.99. Okay. I'll do RPMs. Sure, why not? $724.4. 723.1.
It's a hair slower, but just a hair.
Yep, and 724.5.
Some of these, it's actually faster in reverse.
So I have to turn it twice again for forward.
Should be just once. It's like a 2-speed switch, with high, low, off, and there's only going to be one off position. So the question is the off position between forward and reverse, or between reverse and forward?
Let's just see here. Yep, it seems to be high forward, so I think we're good.
Okay. Now I will tell you, the other one started really, really low on the test rig.
I did see that, yes.
So you go ahead and guess first, but that way if you saw the video, then you have all the information that I have. So
yeah, I'm gonna say it starts on 2.
I'm gonna hope that this one starts on 1, because the other one wanted to but didn't.
I saw, yeah.
Let's see if it does.
There we go. 1. Oh, I see movement. Very slight, but it is moving.
If it doesn't stall out, it counts. So the question,
Give it a half a turn.
or a whole turn. I mean,
Okay, well that blade, there's,
it does not seem like it's gonna stall, honestly.
yeah. All right, I think we'll give you this one. Starts on 1.
Yeah, that's
think
very rare for a K55 type fan. What were you gonna say?
I don't know if I've ever seen a fan that did.
Some of the smaller spinners, it's pretty common.
Maybe that's the only one like that. I think it was a Graton we tested. That might have been.
Maybe.
No exception. Okay, here's 2. Yeah, definitely not going to stall out there. Pull in 0.1 amp. 3.15. 4.19. 5.24. 6.29. 8.33. 9.37.
Go back a little bit because I want to. So 9 was about what the factory low was. If we're gonna make it a 3-speed fan, what would you have done? 5 maybe.
I think I might have gotten one ahead of myself. Okay, at 5 we're at 0.24. That's probably a good low right there.
The other one was right around 5 for a low speed, for a good low speed. Then the problem that I had was when you that like because the control with the widest range of speeds is 5, 10, 15, and the 15 was still kind of slow for a medium high. So I was having trouble figuring out what control would be ideal for these, other than solid state, because they're freaking silent on solid state, or at least most of them are.
All right, 6. 9, 7, 0.33, 8, 0.37, 9, 0.41, and 10 at 0.44. .43. Interesting.
Well, there's so do you understand about capacitor tolerances? Do you know what that means?
Not specifically.
Okay, so let's say I have a 10 microfarad capacitor. It might I don't know what industry standard might be a 10% tolerance. So that means that 10 microfarad capacitor could measure anywhere from 9 to 11 and still be technically accurate. And so it just so happens that the tolerance of the capacitors that we used in building the test rig, the 10 on the Decade box is high. It's closer to 11, but it's still within the range of tolerance. And the 10 that's in the metal box is low, but still within the range of tolerance. So the result is that we sometimes skip 11 because honestly 11 is kind of like, it's basically jumping from 10 to 12 is more accurate, but
12 or 0.46.
And honestly 15% tolerance is still considered acceptable in a lot of cases. So
15.49, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, up to 14.51.
And another fun fact, if you're buying resistors, if you know how to decode the colors on resistors, one of the stripes on a resistor will tell you what kind of tolerance it has, whether it's 5, 10, or 15%. I don't know what all values they have. I know 5, 10, and 15 are all standard. So you can actually select resistors based on their tolerance. But capacitors, I think you're pretty much stuck with what you get.
16.56. 17.57. Skip around a little bit here. 19.61.
See, if there was like a control that had 5 as their low and 20 as their medium high, that would be the right control for this.
20.62. 0.62 with that 22. That's with the 20 switch as opposed to the 10 switch and the.
Yeah, there's no tolerance issues with the 20s. It's just the 10s that are right on the cusp. So like I said, sometimes when we do test rig, we skip 11. I usually don't. Pete usually skips 11.
Metal Pete should always want to go to 11.
Well,
Alright.
I have to tell you about a number that comes after 11. So, you know, if you normal amps go to 10, spinal taps go to 11, but at GMS we have a setting that goes past 11 and it's called scales.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to 24. 0.66.
At some point you'll have to meet Scales, but he is the loudest sound engineer I've ever met. I think Scales is loud, and I'm known for being loud.
Okay, 26. We're at 0.68. What was it? What did it draw on high? 0.7.
7, it's around 7/8. Maybe it was in the neighborhood of 7/8. It might have been 7/6, 7/7.
We're at 0.69.
I don't think these go over.
30, we're at 0.7. 30 on the switches. We're at 0.69. 32. Go back to 0.7. 34. 0.71. 36. 0.72. 38. Moving and maxed out at 40.73. Alrighty.
Do you want to put in your bet for solid state?
I say bedroom quiet.
I'm going to say silent. I've had good luck with these being silent. Not every single one, but enough of them that I feel like that's not a shot in the dark.
Here we go. Go about a quarter turn to get it to start, which is kind of surprising. And then it started on 1 microfarad.
Yeah, I don't think that's like.
See how much I can back it off.
I don't think the two can be compared really, because it's different ways of shifting the phase. Also, the way I have that solid state control set, most fans don't start until about 3 o'clock.
I think this is silent. I'm hearing a hum, but I think it's coming from either one of the other fans or one of the lights.
That Emerson right in front of it is noisy.
Yeah, it's probably that.
Yeah.
Alright, halfway up. Alright, 0.62. 2/3. 0.72. 3/4. 0.75. And maximum. I guess that no difference there really.
Yeah, these might be honestly the best fans for solid state controls. Like, in terms of consistently silent. I can't think of any others that are as consistently, like, dead silent. Like, you put your ear up to it and you can't even hear anything. You want to put in a bet for Inrush?
I'm gonna say low Inrush.
I'm gonna say no Inrush, but I honestly have no memory, so I'm that's a shot in the dark, and I might be wrong.
Right.
It was 7.6. Was I right about that? Was it 7.6 on high or 7.8?
I don't remember.
Okay, well we'll find out.
Goes up to 0.78.
Okay, so I've already lost.
Drops to 0.77.
As long as it doesn't go below 0.76, then Andy gets this one.
Great. 0.76 it is. Oh.
We're back to 0.77. Interesting. Still Andy gets it.
Sorry,
So, I believe I got an answer that these are indeed Rick. I didn't get an answer as to whether or not they're metal, but again, my prediction is that they're fairly metal because they're powerful and they're weird and they're very clearly vintage and they don't look like anything modern at all. And then just the plastic construction probably is what takes them out of the metal category a little bit. But then again, some fans that are plastic are also very metal at the same time, like plastic Emersons and things like that. So I'm going to guess that these are at least moderately metal. So, okay, well, Andy and I are going to do a few other fans today, so thanks for watching. As always, this video has a sponsor, and that sponsor is Fanstick.
I'm asking those of you who are watching this to buy Fanstick.